Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now October 28th of 2021, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2 and The Bad Batch, a lot of fans around the world have truly been looking forward to the future of the Star Wars universe by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, as well as Disney CEO Bob Chapek and exactly what he really has in store for these new Star Wars TV shows and the new Star Wars movies that are all going to interconnect with each other. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, if you would like to go ahead and give me a follow at Mike01, I do post a couple of, fun and entertaining things on Twitter over there if you guys want to go ahead and check that out. Now, we're in a very interesting position right now. We're only getting closer to the official teaser trailer for the Book of Boba Fett series, which is all set and ready to drop on December 29th. That's going to roll into January. That's only going to add on another TV show for 2022, technically speaking. So, we have a lot coming our way on Disney Plus Day, which is just a couple of weeks from now. We also have a lot of things coming for Star Wars Celebration, which, by the way, is going to have a lot of major announcements, including announcements about TV shows and announcements about movies and such, and new Star Wars lore, like the books and the comics and so on. I think that, obviously, Disney is really beginning to realize that they need to step their game up, and they have to do it now, and that's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly why they finally confirmed all of everything that has been going on with Hayden Christensen being added on to the Ahsoka Tano series, and we're going to get more to that in just a second. Now, the thing about Bob Chapek is the fact that he is beginning to realize that Jon and Dave have this true passion for Star Wars. And when you're very passionate about a specific project or about a specific franchise or brand, that's when it comes off as very successful. If you're not just in it for, kind of throwing your own ideas out there just for the sake of doing that, but if you're actually doing it for the fans and for the fandom and really listening very carefully, that's when you begin to realize that you're in good hands and that everything is going to be fine. So, what's really all the more exciting has everything to do with Hayden Christensen. Now, with both Disney and Lucasfilm busy with, of course, Star Wars TV shows that will all be going to be interconnected, of course, with the Star Wars universe, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have been hard at work on developing these brand new Star Wars directions for the Star Wars brand overall. However, it's described that a major scene is currently being put together and pre-planned already between Favreau and Filoni that is said to actually put together, of course, a big scene that is set to be bigger than the moments in the original trilogy films that will carry many revelations involving Anakin Skywalker. Now, it's described that an important scene for the Ahsoka Tano series is currently already in the works and that sets are already being built behind the scenes for a moment between both Anakin and Ahsoka meeting at a hidden Jedi temple. This will involve both Hayden Christensen and Rosario Dawson, where Hayden is set to actually involve, of course, both, of course, as Anakin Skywalker talking to, of course, Ahsoka Tano in this specific scene, within an actual underground Jedi temple as Anakin near a large bonfire takes place, with tons of Jedi statues around the fire with Ahsoka carrying a bag of Jedi artifacts. Now, the scene is also set to involve a moment in which Anakin Skywalker will, in fact, levitate a Jedi holocron and pass it on over to Ahsoka Tano to examine, that will involve new secrets about the origin of the Jedi and the Order itself. Now, it's said that Dave Filoni is planning to give Anakin Skywalker a slightly new design in the series, however, wants to stay as true as possible to how he appeared in Episode 6. Anakin's Force Ghost is said to have unique white orbs that are actually going to be floating around before he forms into a full-on Force Ghost, appearing before Ahsoka. Filoni is said to want to do something special with exactly how Force Ghosts form in the mortal world, by making something more visual to materialize the character. You guys may recall they did something very similar with this as Yoda in the Clone Wars as a Force Ghost, if you guys recall, but I move on. The scene is best described to be an extensive one that will actually have many pieces of dialogue where Anakin will unveil new secrets not only about himself, but also about his son Luke. Anakin is described to point Ahsoka in the right direction to find his son, in another part of the galaxy that Luke is actually hiding in. There will be a confession from Anakin in the upcoming emotional moment that is going to involve his feelings of becoming Vader, and eventually defeating Palpatine and redeeming himself as Anakin once again, and what that was like for him. Filoni is said to want to actually have Anakin give his side of the story, of why he really became Vader and exactly how the fear of loss and love is what really took him down the rabbit hole to discovering a new power to save Padme. Hayden Christensen is said to rehearse for the scene sometime in February of next year, followed by the scene being shot sometime in April. Now, Anakin is set to appear as a Force ghost more than 3 times in the Ahsoka series, 2 of which are set to be in the mortal world, another one, of course, being in the world between worlds, and also a first look at Anakin in the netherworld itself. Now, Anakin won't be the only Force ghost to appear in the series, as Filoni is set to bring in Kenobi and, of course, Yoda as well. Now, like in the animated TV shows, the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, we had a handful of moments where we got to see Force ghosts, right? A great example is when, in the Clone Wars, we saw Qui-Gon Jinn as a Force ghost. Later on in those animated shows, we actually got to see Yoda forming as one with those orbs that we actually saw. I believe it's when he was guiding Ezra Bridger, if I'm not mistaken. So, when we go ahead and examine everything related to what Dave Filoni is really doing here, alright? Now, this is said to be a scene that is being planned to be bigger than the moments in the original trilogy. It's going to carry a lot of revelations, a lot of new secrets about the Jedi and the Jedi Order. Now, this is more so in line with what Anakin actually discovered becoming a Force ghost and learning more about the origin of the galaxy, the Force, and everything about that. We're going to be getting our first look at the netherworld. Now, all of these different concepts, mind you, were original ideas that J.J. Abrams wanted to throw into Episode 9 that were essentially deleted by Kathleen Kennedy. You guys may very well recall we talked about this over a year ago, back and forth. And now you can see that Dave Filoni is trying to redeem those ideas and trying to actually throw them in to the Ahsoka Tano series. Now, this particular underground Jedi temple sounds very familiar to the original concept for Episode 9, where Rey was supposed to travel to the Lost City. This may very well be Dave Filoni taking that idea from the original scripts of Episode 9 and the original scenes that were partially shot, and throwing that into this new TV show for 2023. Now, I think I like the idea of Ahsoka Tano kind of being like this lore adventure type of thing, as well as going on the hunt to discovering Ezra Bridger and exactly where he's been kept, or where he's been, either hidden or taken from somebody or something. We're not quite sure exactly what's happening with that. But overall, the Ahsoka Tano series is going to have 2 main plot lines. It's going to have something to do with the world between worlds and discovering Jedi lore and Anakin being her guide, as well as her on the path to finding her friend Ezra Bridger. Those are the 2 main, generic, of course for now, storylines of the Ahsoka series until more details come out that's going to make it more involved, where you're going to learn more about exactly what's happening, which we will be able to in the next couple of months. Now, I think that obviously Rosario Dawson and Hayden Christensen, they're very excited for this. You can see that even Hayden is very excited for the role. I think that they're really doing him a great favor finally, given that he really didn't get the great opportunity that he deserved in the sequels. Now they're trying to make up for that. It's pretty obvious. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this below in the comments. Everything ranging from Anakin to Ahsoka and the Lost Jedi Temple that they will be going over to. And yeah, guys, overall, if you did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.